Hello and Jai Hind बच्चों. Today we are going to discuss our next topic in the series, that is planning process. In the previous video we had already covered the features of planning, importance of planning and limitation of planning. And today we are going to discuss a very important topic, that is planning process. Process is what? The word process is defining the meaning sequence. Predefined series of doing anything is known as process. Predefined steps for doing anything is known as process. So we are knowing that only good plan cannot give you success. The good plan will implement in the good manner, then only the success will come, then only the target will achieve. And how to make proper plan, how to implement, after implementing what to do, all answers are in this particular topic, planning process. So as we know, the meaning of planning is deciding something in advance, what to do, how to do. And proper planning is helpful for decision making. Like suppose a decision you have to take, but in advance you are knowing that this situation can come in the future, and now the situation arises in the front of you. So you are already well prepared. You can take proper decision because you had already done research and all that. So how the planning will be implemented, how the good plan will prepare, all that we will learn in this particular process, planning process. So first planning process is very simple beta. The first planning process itself is setting objective. Setting objective. Setting objective means setting the target. Aim. Like suppose if we don't have any target, we don't have any aim, we don't have any objective, then we cannot prepare plan, because we will prepare the plan for what? We don't have any target. So first we have to set a target, that what we have to achieve. We have to set an objective, what we have to achieve. And objective is not something which is for the organization only. In the organization, so many sub departments are there. Okay, suppose there is an organization Reliance. So Reliance have an objective. Reliance organization have an objective, and under Reliance, suppose 4 department is there: purchase department, a production department, you can say, selling department, marketing department, finance department. So these department also have certain objective. And when we set the objective, then we will think in advance that how to achieve that objective, what to do for completing our objective, what to do for achieving the target of our organization. And for that only we will make the plan. For that only we will think in advance, we will do the research, we will set some standards and all that. Now one very important thing, setting objective is easy? No, it is very complex process, because if you set objective properly, then your plan will implement. Sometimes we set a very higher target, we don't have proper resource, we don't have the content, and we set a higher standard. So on that time there will be a problem. Acha, example of any setting objective, suppose very simple, you understand, like suppose I set a target, then in UP region my sale is going down, and I have to increase the sale. So in UP region, I have to set my sale is going down and I have to increase the sale. So what to do? I will make a plan to motivate our salesman. I will make a plan to provide some offers to the customer. I will make plan to provide discount to the customer, by which customer will attract. I will make a plan to improve the quality at a reasonable price, and by doing all that, we will influence the customer to purchase our product, and our product will increase. So the first one is what? We have to set a target. Then only our planning process will start. Okay. Achha, one more question is coming, that when in organization so many departments are there, and each and every department have a different objective, then how the organization objective will achieve? Dekho beta, each and every organization can have a different objective, but all objective have a common goal, have a common target. And when each and every department will achieve their objective only, like suppose production department increase the target to produce the goods at low cost, sales department increase the sales, marketing department advertise the goods at properly, and finance department manage the finance properly. So when every department will achieve their department objective, automatically Reliance organization will achieve their objective. Now go for the second one. And what is the second one? Just a minute. Second one is developing premises. Okay beta, second one is what? Developing premises. It is what? It is a very simple thing, you understand. It is a meaning of simple, in one line you can understand. Acha, let's learn the keywords also. Setting objective keyword is what? Setting the target. Setting objective keyword is what? Setting the target. So if in the case study, we have to identify the planning process, and where setting of target is there, any particular target example is there. So which particular process is there? The first one, setting objective. Second, developing premises. Developing premises is very simple. What is that? Assumptions. Assumptions about the future. Assumptions about the future. Look beta, very simple. When we are making the plan, we are making the plan for future, and future is uncertain. So assumptions about future change. What can be changed in future? What challenges we can face? What opportunities we can capture? What our computers can make the plan. If something is happened in the future, so how we can tackle that? What possible environmental change is there? On the basis of past, learning something, and it will not repeat in the future. On the basis of present plan, what we can do better, what assumptions can be. Thinking all that is considered what? Developing premises. So very simple. Developing premises keyword is what? Assumptions about the future. Assumptions about the futures is what can change in future, how our plan can effective, what are the possible changes, what are the possible challenges, what are the possible opportunities which we can get it according or related with my particular target. Okay, like for example, suppose I set a target that in this month I have to increase my production at 10%. This is our plan. What assumptions can be? The assumptions can be maybe the raw materials not available on time, maybe. What assumptions can be? Like suppose the goods if we have less number of workers, so maybe the goods will not achieve, production will not achieve on time. So we have to think in advance, and according to that we have to take the steps. If we come to know that we have less number of employees, and according to that we assume that our goods will not produce on time, we will recruit some. We will think to recruit someone extra, or we will make a plan for overtime to the workers. If you do the overtime, we will make extra payment to you. So basically it is what? It is simple. It is what developing premises means: developing the assumptions. What possibilities can be happen in future, to seeing that, to assuming that, is all about the developing premises. Okay. Acha, developing premises is all about the future? No. It is all about the past information also. It is all about the past information also. Ki what we had done in the past, what are the past experience. If in the winter of last year this things happen, so we assume maybe this thing will again continue in this particular winter also. So we have to assume, we have to find out the options also, and that is what developing premises. So first one is setting the objective. First we have to set the objective, we have to set the target, and for achieving that target, what possible assumptions can become, what problems can become, what changes can become in the future, we have to assume that all. Okay, like one more thing is there, just example, like COVID-19 is going on, maybe the raw material of anything will increase. Okay, about particular season is there in Delhi for dengue. So in dengue we come to know, chalo, last year this happened, maybe our particular demand of the products will be increased in this particular season also because of last year experience. So we will increase the production, we will make it the plan to increase the production for the continuous supply. So it is what? It is developing premises. Next one is what? Identifying alternative course of action. Once your objective set, possible assumptions also made, then what will be happen? We have to find out the best available option for completing our task. Okay, then we have best available option, we have to find out. Okay, we set the target, chalo 10% profit we have to increase. Possible situation, assumptions, ki maybe the customer will want a discount, maybe the past year experience ki okay, in this particular festival season we had given some offer last year, this will work. Okay, this year also we will give. We assume this thing. We assume that okay, competitors can take this particular action, so we have to ready for that also. Possible assumptions we find out, and after that what happened? What are the best available option by which we can increase our 10% profit? We can give discount also, we can give buy one get one also, we can give certain complimentary product also, we can give any holiday ticket also. Whatever the best possible options are available, you will find out all the options. Okay, so all the alternative course of action should be identified. All the available course of action should be identified, and always try that. We have to find out innovative, we have to find out creative options which are new, which our competitors not have. Then only we can go for the best available options. Okay, and after that, how we can find out the best available option? One person can find out? No. For that we have to do the research and development. R&D department will be there. R&D department will discuss with the experts. Okay, this target is there, this possible assumptions are there. For finding out the target, for achieving the target, what best available options are there, and they will research that and they will find out the available options. Okay, chalo one example I'm taking it. Suppose suppose you have to secure 95 marks in BST. Okay, that is your target. Ab assumptions, you can assume that last year paper was quite easy, maybe this year paper will come difficult. Last year questions come from planning more, so maybe in this year from the planning chapter lot of question will not come. Possible assumptions. And when you find out, chalo, okay, now what developing premises assumption ki this year maybe the board will include some cases on COVID-19 also, because we had faced a lot of problem COVID-19. Demonetization happened, the possible assumptions that board will ask the question on demonetization also. So we are just finding out the assumptions that what can happen in the future, and after that when we set the target we have to secure this one, we find out the assumption that this possible assumptions can be happen in future, we have to find out the best available option. So now the best available option, then we can go for NCERT along with the Poonam Gandhi. Okay, this one is the one option. Second option, that we can do the online classes also. Third option, that we will go for a particular case study book along with the Poonam Gandhi and NCERT. Fourth, we will join some test series of case study. All available options you have to find out, by which you can secure 95 plus in BST. Now next one is evaluating the alternative courses. It means very simple. When you have a lot of choice, then you will start comparing. You will start analyzing each and every alternative and start comparing with one other, which one is the best suitable for us, which have more positive points, less negative, because every option have some positive and some negative. So which one have more positive and less negative, as for me, you have to find out. Okay, acha, how options can be? Suppose there are three options: option number 1, option number 2, and option number 3. What we find out in the step number 3, out of this 3 option, we have to find out what is the pros of this, what is the cons of this. Pros, cons. Okay, and after that comparing each and every one, we will find out, okay, which one is suitable for our requirement, our situation, and number 2 is suitable for our requirement. If we implement number 2, we will definitely achieve our target. Acha, how we can identify, on what basis? So basis is very simple, beta, risk. Always we go for that option which have low risk and high chances of achievement. High chances of achievement means by implementing which option there's a chances of achievement of our target with low risk. We will go for that particular plan only. Okay, acha ji, one more thing is there. When we choose the option, that is evaluated in the light of their feasibility and consequences. So that also very matter. More risky investment which give the higher returns is maybe suitable for organization, but some organization want low risk, even returns are decreased. Returns are not very high, returns are quite average, but they want to go with low risk. So this is how the alternative course will be evaluated and selected. And when we have the evaluation of each and every one, then we will select the best one. Okay, so we set a target, this one is target, this possible assumptions can be, and for achievement of target we have these options. This is what target, this is our developing premises, this is what beta finding out all available options, and after that we will compare with each other, find out the pros and cons of every option available, and after that we have to take the decision in the step number 5th that by which option we have to go. Okay, Acha, how the best plan is there, already we discussed. The plan which is most feasible, the plan which is most profitable, and the plan which least negative consequences, that plan will be best for us. Look, every plan have some pros and some cons, but less cons with more profitability, with more feasibility will be the best option for us, and we will choose that best option only. Okay, sometimes the plans are not giving the quick result. A good manager is the manager who make the planning process, who make the plan on the basis of not quick result, on the basis of the long-term objectives. And it is depend. Sometimes when we need the quick result, we have to go for that option, we have to select that alternative which give the quick result. And sometimes when we need the long-term growth, we have to go and select that plan which is most feasible, profitable, and which is not mathematical in the analysis. Instead of that, the manager is selecting that on the basis of personal experience, personal judgment, what is requirement of the present time, what is requirement of the present scenario, and on the basis of that the person is selecting the alternative. Okay, so suppose you have 4 books. You have 4 books, that 4 option you have. Out of that 4 book you will compare that which language is easy for me, which author language can be understood by me in a very easy way. I can connect myself with which author is interesting one for me. So on the basis of analyzing all that 4, you will select that author books which is profitable for you. So we are selecting the plans also on the basis of this one. Acha, we make a very good plan. We develop all the assumptions. On the basis of all the assumptions, possible assumptions, we find out some alternative, we compare the alternative also, and after that we select the alternative also. But only selecting the alternative is a success, guarantee of success, guarantee of a proper plan? No. Your plan is superb, but if your plan not implemented properly as it should be, then your plan will be never have success. Okay, so our next process is implementing the plan. So implementing the plan is what? That step how the managerial functions also come into the picture. It means that whatever we make the plan, whatever we think in advance, now it's time to convert that thinking into action. Whatever we think in advance, now it's time to fulfilling the step of what to do. Already done, now it's time for doing that. So implementing the plan is what? Whatever we think in advance, now it's time to complete that thinking in the form of actions. Like we thought that we have to achieve 10% profit growth in this month. Now we implement the plan and we try to achieve the 10% growth by doing the work. This is what implementing the plan. So Thinking of plan is making plan, and application of that plan, applicability of that plan is known as implementing the plan. Okay, like suppose whatever we discussed already is, like suppose we need 10% profit growth. We need 10% profit growth, and for that 10% profit growth, what we have to do? We have to increase our sell. So this is the advanced thinking, that we set a target of 10% profit growth. For that we have to increase our sell. Now for increasing our sell, we have to find out options that how we can increase the sales. So by giving discount, by giving some offers to the customer, by improving quality of product. That is what advanced thinking. Now actually giving discount, providing offer, and increasing the quality of product is implementing the plan. So we think in advance that we have to do this. Now we are doing that. We are giving discount, we are giving offers, we are improving the quality of products, and that is actually what implementing the plan. Follow-up plan is the next step, and follow-up plan is very simple, beta. Follow-up plan is considered as simple feedback, or you can understand that report. So when we make the plan, we implement the plan, we have to take the feedback also, that our plan implemented properly or not. Okay? Okay, so taking report back that our plan implemented properly or not, any problem is there or not, finding out the problem, monitoring the plan properly, and ensure that with the help of proper plan, the objective will achieve. That is what follow-up action. So let's revise the whole process in a quick way, and we will learn each and everything with possible keywords. So planning process is started with the setting objective. We set the target, and setting the target is considered as, just a minute. So setting the target is the setting objective. When we set the target, we have to find out the possible assumptions, that what can be happen in future. So that will be considered as a assumptions about future. And when we find out all the assumptions, beta, we have to find out the alternative course of actions. Once objectives are set, assumptions made, then we have to find out all the alternative course of action should be identified. Okay, and after that, all possible options when we have for achievement of our objective, then we have to analysis each and every alternative course of action. It is very simple. What we have to achieve all the alternative course of action. We have to compare, we have to find out the pros and cons of each and every one. We have to find out which one is more risky, which one is less risky, which one is more profitable, which one is less profitable. After comparing all that, we have to go for fifth step, which is selecting the best alternative. What is selecting the best alternative? It is very simple, but selecting the best alternative means, just a minute, selecting the best alternative means which particular available options is more feasible, more profitable, with less negative chances, less negative cons are present for me, and by which option we can achieve our objective. After comparing all that, we will select that, and when we select that, when our plan is over, now The problem is that we have to implement that plan properly. And implementing the plan is what? Remember the keyword: thinking, convert in action. Thinking, convert in action. That is what? Implementing the plan. And once we implement the plan, we have to keep the eye on that. The plan implement properly. Everyone is running with proper plan, as per the plan. Okay, if any deviations are coming, we have to remove the deviations. Performance should be measured, and everything we have to follow up. We have to take the report back. Okay, now certain case studies are there on the basis of this one, the planning process, and how it can be. See this. So we have 3 possible case studies. The number 1, you just first read the case study one time. And what is the best method for solving the case study? Always I told you, start from the bottom. So list the first 2 steps which has been followed by Saurabh that are related to the process of one of the function of management. So you have to do 2 things. First, you have to identify that which function of management is present here. And when you identify, then you have to find out that what 2 steps, what 2 process of that functions are present in that. So take 2 minutes, read the case study. So read the case study and find out that which function. So beta, Saurabh decided to start a chocolate manufacturing business. He set the target of earning 10%. अब देखो target, target is the keyword of one of process. He set a target of earning 10% profit on sale in the first year. As a good businessman, he was concerned about the future of the business, which was uncertain. So he is knowing that future is uncertain, and for that he gathered the information that the demand of chocolate is increasing day by day. Okay, so person is doing 2 things. Person is setting target, and person is assuming about future also. And this 2 process is present in which function beta? So these 2 particular things are present in the function. What? In the function planning. Acha, setting the target is what? The first process. Setting the target is setting the objective. Okay, and second one is assuming about future. That is what? Forecasting about future. Assuming that about future is second process. That is what? Developing. That is what beta? Developing. That is what? Developing. Okay. So by these 2 particular things, we come to know it is a function of planning. It is a function of planning. And setting the target is the keyword, setting the objective. And forecasting about future, you can say assuming about future, gathering the information about future is the process of developing premises. Now, case number 2. So you read the case number 2 also very carefully, and after that we will solve that. Okay. Chalo ji, case number 2. Name the step in the planning process. You have to find out which steps is used in this. 2 minutes you have, read it and give the answer in the comment. Dekho, the word is there. The person is updating about the 3-4 times this particular word is there. Uncertainty in making decision for the future in his business. So beta, when you read this particular, one particular planning process, what we cover today, will come. Setting target is not there. We don't have the number of options also. Think. Chalo ji. It is again, it is what? It is, I told you na, forecasting, assuming about future, gathering the information for the future, all is what? Developing premises. It is a process of developing premises. Okay, so it is a planning process. In the planning process, second process is what? After setting the target, the second one is what? Developing premises. Okay, chalo ji. Now the case number 3. Case number 3 you have to solve. So this one is clear na beta? So go 2-3 times the hint is given. 1 hint, 2 hint, and person is updating information about future, by which the person can take proper decisions, assuming about future, all that. All 3 points are indicating it is a process of developing premises. Now case number 3. Chalo, read properly. It is a 4-mark question. Okay. So what you have to do, what the question is asking, since the company has already set its objective and developed premises based on the same, it want your help for the remaining step. So it is a case study, but directly the answer had been given to you. Objective and developing premises is the process of which function? Planning. Okay, developing objective and developing premises is the process of planning. Up two process had been given to you, and the question is asking what are the remaining process. So it is a type of case study which give the full marks to you if you just remember the process. But better always remember one thing: when it is a question of 4 marks, you have to explain each and every remaining process also. Okay, so identifying the alternative, comparing the alternative, selecting the best one, implementing the plan, follow up, these all are remaining process. So in this question we have to write down that objective and developed premises is already given. The remaining portion is following, and after that you will give the answers, the remaining process of planning. Getting my point? So these all are what? These all are the questions, type of question which is coming from the topic of planning process. Sometimes it is asked that what are the last 2 steps in the planning process. So last 2, follow up and implementing plan. First 2, setting objective, developing premises. Like this type of question is also asked. Okay, so you just go and prepare the planning process. If you have any problem, any confusion, please feel free to ask. We will happy to help you. So this much for today. Thank you very much.